Well, this is so depressing, I'm going to have to drink to it. Yeah. Cheers. So, just when you think you've heard enough crazy, stupid shit from religious people, you hear more. Lately, I will admit, although it is very nerdy of me, but I embrace my inner nerd. I have been playing a lot of Pokemon Go. I'm on level 16. I don't even know if that's good. A lot of people that I talk to are like, I'm on level 30 something. I just don't have that much free time. Anyways, so I was walking around playing Pokemon Go, and in the midst of a conversation about this very interesting game with a few of my friends, I realized that there are a lot of people who are actually offended by it, which didn't surprise me because people are just offended by everything nowadays, right? Pokemon Go offends me. Pokemon Go is like the devil. Now, I've made videos before where I talk about things that religious people have been pissed off at, and it can range from anything as ridiculous as just being gay to watching Harry Potter, because that has magic. Magic seems to offend a lot of super religious people, even though they themselves believe in miracles and miracles aren't magic. That shit's okay, but Harry Potter, that's gonna fuck a kid up. Drinking more. So keeping all this in mind, I am not shocked that so many religious people are offended by Pokemon Go, but still, it's just like, come on, really? US pastor says Pokemon Go is spawning demons inside your church. That's right, everybody out there in church, just watch out for all them Pokemon Go demons. While churches across the UK and America have been encouraged to welcome Pokemon Go gamers, one US pastor is convinced that there is something sinister going on. Rick Wiles, who also runs True News website, I'm sure it's really true, on Monday warned that these Pokemon creatures are like virtual cyber demons. I believe this is a magnet for demonic powers, he said. You guys remember that video that I did on the lady who thought Monster energy drinks were somehow the work of Satan? She drew conclusions from things that absolutely had no basis. She's like, oh yes, well if you flip this number to the right and this number to the left and make this number a completely different number, it's 666, therefore Satan. What is this piece of hair doing? I don't fucking know. Here's another article. Is Pokemon Go evil, dangerous, or demonic? Are all three. I mean, seriously, how could you be evil and not dangerous? Or demonic and not dangerous or evil? It's kind of redundant. So this article goes on to talk about how Pokemon Go can be dangerous because it has led to many robberies, which is true. If you play the game, be careful if you're in a populated area at many Pokestops. There are people who are sitting there waiting to steal your iPhone or something like that. So be careful whenever you're walking around with your phone out. It's like, hey, steal this from me. So I realize that that is a danger. But it says, but much more alarming to many is the content of the game itself. Pokemon actually comes from two Japanese words that mean pocket monster. Definition of monster, really. We've got to fucking define monster. A creature that is typically large, ugly. Well, what if they're cute or hot? I'm offended. A creature that is typically large, ugly, and frightening. Synonyms: rascal, beast, demon, brute, imp, devil. The Pokemon are supposed to be monsters that have special powers and share the world with humans. The idea of the game is to have the children, I mean, I'm not quite a child, and neither are any of my friends, but we all love it. Anyways, continuing, we're not children. But it's just a game, right? Maybe. Maybe not. Is Pokemon dangerous? Potentially, yes it is. It conditions the child, or adult, who plays the game into accepting occult evolutionary principles. Okay, let me put down my computer for a second before I drop it. Okay, evolutionary principles. First of all, let me talk about this for a little bit. I watched a video not too long ago of Ken Ham. Yes, Ken Ham with the Ark with the dinosaurs in it. That Ken Ham. He tried to play Pokemon Go within his creationist museum, and it was quite hilarious.
Hi, it's Ken Ham here, and I heard all about this Pokemon stuff, or whatever it is. I have no idea. What's it called again?
Pokemon.
Pokemon, okay. Where did it? Where are these things? Are they in the air or where are they? What is this here? So there's some of these things here at the Creation Museum. How'd they get here? Are they invading? So who puts them there?
Pokestops. Someone put them there when you weren't watching.
Okay, who though? I still don't understand how they got there. Okay, I'm confused. People need to explain it to me. It's a mystery?
It is.
But they're all over the place here. Is that one? There's no one up there. Look those little round things. They sort of look like they're not. Okay. So are those people invaded by Pokemons and they don't even know it? Is it like a virus or something?
I don't think so.
There's none over there where the guest services are?
No.
Okay, let's keep walking here. I'm totally confused.
Anyways, once he learned how to play it and understood the feature where you could evolve the Pokemon, he was like, well, it's still of the same kind. You know, if it's a canine and it evolves into another canine, it's still a dog of some kind. It's not like it's switching from a fucking worm to a human being. Wow, that means evolution's not real.
Pokemon and Evolve?
Pokemon Evolve.
What is that? They're my books it's sitting on. In that box there.
You want to try to evolve one?
I don't believe in evolution. Okay.
It has evolved into a bigger, better bird, apparently.
But it's still a bird. It's still a bird.
Yes, it
That's
is.
not evolution.
People in my family say stuff like this. They talk about microevolution versus macroevolution. They're like, oh, well, macroevolution hasn't been proven, but macroevolution, sure, that's fine. Which pretty much means that they're okay with evolution on a small scale. But once you take a step back and realize the vast universe that we're in, it's hard to mentally process the amount of time it would take to go from something like a worm to a human. But they accept microevolution, and I feel like this is because they can only believe that which they can see, which is ironic for a religious person. Just for shits and giggles, I went on Google and looked up what's a bug with the shortest lifespan, and turns out that it is a mayfly. Mayflies, also called as one-day insects, because of their shortest lifespan. Wow, who wrote this shit? English is hard, you know? Why did I look this up? Well, you see, imagine if you were a mayfly, right? You could die in a few hours. You live only up to a day. Let's say you see a kid, a little girl, and you're like, oh, okay, here's a little girl. This morning she had no nail polish on, and then she put nail polish on, and now she is transformed into a little girl with no nail polish, into a little girl with beautiful pink nail polish. Microevolution, right? They see adults, they see old people, but they're like, that little girl's not going to turn into an old person. I've never seen that happen. I've just seen them put nail polish on. I mean, yeah, microevolution, she's going to turn from a little girl into a little girl with nail polish, but she's still a little girl. Come on, she's not going to turn into that old bitch over there. But guess what? Yes, she does. If you lived longer than a 24-hour period, you would easily see how a little girl could turn into an old woman, but you can't fathom it because you're just not around long enough. You can't understand that amount of time, so your brain doesn't process it. Therefore, microevolution, yeah. Macroevolution, no. There is no such thing as micro versus macroevolution. There's just evolution. Like many other video games, Pokemon is riddled with occult concepts. Concepts like magical stones. Everybody out there who's praying on a rosary, keep that in mind. Teleportation. Ghosts. Okay, most religious people I know believe in ghosts, so you're kind of insulting yourself a little bit here. All-seeing eye, psychic power. Okay, if God is all-knowing, all-seeing, all-knowing, blah, 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 then the all-seeing eye and psychic power thing sounds awfully similar to what you believe in already. And using spirits to achieve results in the real world are all givens in this game realm. All of this is contrary to scripture. I just kind of described how it's pretty much not. Anyways, it goes on to talk about a lot of other dumb shit that I don't care to read to you, but all the comments are even more embarrassing. All these parents who are just refusing to let their kids play Pokemon Go because they don't want to let it warp their brains. Meanwhile, they're indoctrinating them with the belief system that if they don't believe in the God and the magical man in the sky, that they're gonna burn in hell forever, and that's just a-okay. I thought this was funny, and I decided to make a video about it because, hey, it's late at night. I've had quite a bit of wine. Cheers to you guys, and I was frustrated reading about this, and I kind of just couldn't believe it, even though I could, because I've seen stuff like this happen all the time, but I'm just never, ever lacking that disappointment in our human race, so I decided to share it with all of you guys. Yay! Stupid people. Like this video, share it everywhere if you liked it, leave a comment in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. All my social media links are in the description, so click it. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and Snapchat and Twitter and Facebook and all the other relevant shit that I'm on. Like I said, all the links are in the description. Thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! And wait, cheers! A lot of people ask me questions about what happened to me to make me an atheist, at what point in my life did I become an atheist, and there wasn't one catastrophic event in my life. I can't, I'm too drunk to do this.